Hi, and welcome back to a special episode of the Mortgage Musketeer, where today I'm going to be talking about a special program to help victims of disaster areas. So when there has been a presidentially declared disaster area, this loan provides zero down financing. So this is an FHA loan, and it has parameters and it has requirements, and I wanted to get out in front of this and be able to talk about it. It's inspired by all my friends and family that are out in Eastern Kentucky that have been impacted by devastating floods. I have witnessed so many people doing so many amazing things to help the community, and I wanted to be able to provide something to maybe give a little bit of hope in such a time of tragedy. Although this is inspired by those folks that are in Eastern Kentucky, it will apply anywhere in America where the president has declared a disaster area. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that I give you the exact parameters and how this loan works so that there's no misinformation, and also so that you can get this information out to potential victims of a federally declared disaster area. Okay, so first and foremost, this is in effect for 1 year after the disaster declaration. So a lot of people are in the midst of trying to just recover their lives, maybe find loved ones. It's a tragic time, so you do have a period of up to 1 year to implement this program. Okay, it is 100% financing for an FHA loan, meaning that you don't have to have that typical 3.5% down. So this is the one exception on an FHA loan. All right, it's a very special loan product. All right, so again, zero down. Now that does not include closing costs and prepaids. All right, that is normal processing costs of a loan. So you're talking about your title work and any underwriting, recording fees, homeowner insurance, establishing escrows, like all the stuff that goes into a regular loan still apply. However, the sellers can still contribute up to 6% of the sales price in seller concessions. So depending on the sales price of the home, the sellers could potentially cover the cost of the closing costs and prepaids, meaning that somebody who's been impacted by a disaster could potentially get into a home with no money out of pocket. Right? You can exclude the current mortgage. Like if you were in a home, you had a mortgage, it has to be a conventional mortgage where your home was destroyed. As long as you're working on with the insurance agency and you can show that they're working on that and that all the proceeds are gonna go to taking care of that current mortgage, the current mortgage can be excluded from the debt to income ratio. That's huge. Now on that note, if you have an FHA mortgage, the rules still apply where you can't have two FHA mortgages, so that is a limitation. All right, but if you have either no mortgage or a conventional mortgage, this program will allow you to exclude that mortgage payment so that it doesn't impact your debt to income ratio. All right, it has to be applied towards single family homes, so they're not going to be going after double wides and things like that. So in this disaster, when you move into a new home, you got to think about a regular single family home, okay, not a double wide or a single wide or some trailer. Okay, so the rules for this is the borrower's existing residence, or if you're an owner or a renter. So if you are renting a home that the home was destroyed or was impacted to the point it needs reconstruction, this applies to you. So both renters and owners, okay? But it must have been located in a presidentially declared disaster area. So it's by county, okay? And it has to be destroyed or damaged to such an extent that the reconstruction or replacement is necessary. Okay? You do not need to buy in the same area where you're destroyed. So you can actually use this to relocate to either another county, potentially even another state. Okay? So you can use this to relocate if your current residence has been destroyed or damaged. Okay? You have to provide evidence that the borrower's residence was in a disaster area. Okay, so what are they going to be looking for? They're going to be looking for a valid driver's license with an address. So hopefully that driver's license is updated with the proper address. You can use a voter registration card with the address. Okay, and you can also utilize utility bills in the buyer's name. Right, and that may end up being one of the easier ways to go because you can always reach out to a utility company if all of your items have been damaged or swept away. Okay, now they understand the devastation that happens in these events. So they try and understand, we try to work around the documentation required. But you have to have something that proves that you live there, okay? All right, so you also have to have proof of damage. So this can be provided by either an insurance report, an inspection report by an independent fee inspector or government agency, an appraisal inspection, or conclusive photographic evidence showing the destruction or damage. And I have seen some heart-wrenching photographs, right? So we just have to be able to tie that into the residence. So, keep that in mind. You can't just take any photograph out there. We actually have to tie it to the residence, all right? The benefit to this is it is, as I mentioned, 100% financing. It is possible to get the 6% seller concessions. And it is an amazing product to give people the opportunity to get into a home, whether they owned the home that was impacted or rented the home that was impacted. Either way, this provides the opportunity for home ownership. Okay? You still have to qualify with FHA guidelines, meaning your debt to income ratio. You still have to have a qualifying credit score and all the other things. So here's a link to FHA qualifications. The biggest thing here is that you don't have to have that down payment. All right, I hope this helps explain the program. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm here to help. And depending on how long people are looking at this video, I'm willing to help any victim of a disaster area throughout America, however long this video is relevant. All right. I hope everybody stays safe. I hope all of your loved ones are well. And I wish you all the best. And my prayers go out to you. Until next time, it's all for one and one for all.